What's up, y'all? So today I'm about to show y'all how to make y'all white knots invisible on a 613 lace. So let's get into it.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that like stocking. Just joshing.
So I have this 613 frontal wig, and as I said, I'm gonna be showing y'all how to make these white knots invisible on your wig. These are the white knots that I'm talking about right there, okay? So we want to make those invisible. We want to make those go away, okay? I hate seeing white knots on wigs. So this wig is a 20-inch. As you can see, it's a full frontal 13x4. And yeah, this wig is very full. It's a body wave. I'm just giving y'all another close-up of those knots that we're about to make disappear. So these are the things that you'll need. So of course we need a dye bowl. We are going to need a dye brush. You really don't need that, but anyway. You can use a plastic knife. You need a whisk. And then we're going to be using our Wella Charm T35 toner, okay? This is what we're going to be using today. And then you need a 20 volume developer. I have Kenra Color. It really doesn't matter what brand of developer you use. It don't matter. But just make sure you're using a 20 volume developer when you're toning. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. So before I get started, I also have this Kenra Ultra Freeze Spray. In the same way you would with bleaching knots, it's the same process for toning your knots, okay? Because that's what we're doing. We're toning our knots. So I just sprayed that all across the hairline, and then I'm just going to comb all of those hairs back because the toner is more of a liquidy substance versus you bleaching knots. You know, you want your bleach to be more thick, but this toner is way more, you know, I don't know the word for it. I can't think of it right now, but you get what I'm trying to say. So it's way easier for the toner to like bleed through the lace and get on the hair. And we're not trying to tone the roots or anything. We're just trying to get to the knots, okay? So yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and open it up, and I'm going to open the bottle up and just go ahead and pour the whole entire bottle inside of my bowl. So once you do that, you want to get an equal ratio of the consistency. That's the word that I was looking for, consistency. But yeah, so we're going to pour the developer in this bottle twice. Okay, so this is our first time that we're going to do it. And I promise you that it will be a lot better if you do this over a sink. But it's okay. I know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to pour my first little round inside, and then I'm just going to simply fill it up again and then pour it in the bowl again. So to mix this up, I'm going to take the whisk and I'm going to stir that together. If you don't have a whisk, this is when you can use your dye brush. Me personally, I would not use my dye brush to apply this because being that the consistency is just so liquidy, it's very easy for the toner to bleed through the lace if you apply it with the dye brush. So I'm going to apply my toner on the lace with the knife because I can just simply spread it all across the lace. So I'm going to bring it a little bit closer in so you can see what the consistency is supposed to look like. So this is what it's going to look like, as you can see. So yeah, this will definitely easily bleed through the lace. So let's get into it. So I'm going to take my knife. Now you really don't have to use too much, but yeah. And you're just going to keep taking a section just as you would as you like applying bleach. and just spread it all across the lace. Really, really make sure that you're going above that hairline to make sure everything is getting toned and covered, okay? Because that's really the most important part. That's the part that shows like a lot. So you just really want to make sure that you're getting full coverage. So this is not something that you just have to like try to rush through or anything like that. Like, just take your time, honestly, because like I said, you really want to make sure that you don't put too much so you're not bleeding, but you do want to make sure that you are getting all of the knots. And honestly, for the amount of time I usually leave it on there kind of varies. I feel like it all depends on the complexion of the client that you're installing the wig on, because this can turn really, really dark brown, or it can be a medium brown, a beige brown. The color is originally, like it says on the box, beige brown, but I have like let it sit for some time and it has gotten like really, really dark. So I just try to like go for the closest skin tone to my client. And my client that I'm installing this wig on is actually like very, 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 very light skin. So I really don't want to leave this on for too long, because you know what I'm saying? She doesn't have a dark complexion. So it's not going to make sense for me to make the knots dark brown, because that would just look crazy. But if I was to have a darker complexion, you know, client, then I would make my knots a little bit darker, and therefore I would leave it on a little bit longer. And most of the time, whenever I do have to leave it on longer, I probably do about 20 minutes top. But for today, I'm probably only going to do like 10 minutes just to let it turn a little bit. So, yeah. So I'm just going to set my timer to 10 minutes now and let that start, because when you messing with toner, now bleach, okay, I've been doing that for a long time, but when it comes to that toner, I'm definitely putting my timer on, because that stuff turns really, really fast. So as you can see, like literally just in 10 minutes, that's how dark you can get in 10 minutes. And I really didn't even want it that dark, but it's okay. So, but this is how it should look. This is like, you know, you have an idea of how it will turn. So this is how you get rid of those knots. So you see how it's covered everywhere. It creates that illusion of like just scalp underneath when you put the wig on. And yeah, like sometimes putting makeup on 613 is just, I don't know, it looks crazy. And you may still have to use it, but I just still prefer doing this to get rid of those white knots. So I went ahead and rinsed it out and blow dried it, and this is basically, you know, the end result. I went ahead and plucked it. As you can see, I know my canvas just has all type of dye marks on it and all type of stuff, so it's kind of really hard to see. I really need to order a new one. But yeah, so I'm gonna show y'all how it look like on my arm, so you really can get a close-up of, you know, exactly what it's supposed to look like. So let's just say that this wig was, you know, on someone's skin. So if you look closely, you know, this is how it will look scalp wise. It'll look like scalp, brown. You won't see any white knots at all. So I'm just parting and showing you guys, and I'm kind of struggling, but you get the picture. You get the picture. You see what I mean. So now let me just show you how it's gonna look. Let me bring it close up so you can really, really see that there are absolutely no white knots. Like, it's gone. They're gone. So that is how it would look if I was to put this on my head. So I hope this video helped you guys. Now you know how to get rid of those white knots, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.